I'm so glad you're here on an overcast. There we are, we're back. Okay, so thank you for joining me on an overcast day here in Northern Illinois. I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body-mind expert, shiatsu massage therapist, and I help women specifically with burnout and the things that they can do to reverse burnout. Because it's not just one tool or one topic, it's this synergy of a couple different things in your life that make you feel the way that you feel and that either keep you healthy and moving forward and finding your purpose, hey Margie, or that keep you sick and stuck and not feeling good. So today I'm going to share with you one of my, a tool that I love. I keep it in my office, and almost everybody who comes in wants to pull one of these cards. Hey Heather, good to see you. So today we're going to be working with animal cards a little bit. This is the deck that I use. It's a Jamie Sams deck. And the reason I like animal cards is, one, as you can see, I'm a nature buff. And two, nature is universal. You can go anywhere that you want, and everybody's got something that's natural that will pop up, that will speak to you. Nature, you don't have to have, any special tools or a pendulum or charms or anything. You can just be driving along, doing what you're doing, and suddenly there's the symbol waiting to talk to you. Hey, Beth, it's kind of like cloud watching, where it's everywhere. You don't have to look for it, and signs and symbols, hey Sue, can really affect us in a powerful way. We're raised with nature, and so it has one of the strongest meanings for us. And that's what got me into animal cards, at least in the first place. And so no matter who I work with, Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, tall person, short person, brunette, blonde, whatever, it doesn't even matter. We all resonate with animal cards. Now, a long time ago, when tarot cards and oracle cards first became popular, which was a very long time ago, it was used, it was available for everybody. It wasn't just something that was for people, hey Kathy, which was for people who were, highly sensitive. Hey Nicole. It wasn't just for people who were psychic, who, could connect to the other world. This was for everyday people. Oracle cards and tarot cards are for everyday people who want to get a handle on what's going on in their life, who want to get some insight or understanding, or at least get some direction. And when you learn how to use these cards to help you or help somebody else, they become a real grounding. For me, I will use cards almost every day. Anytime I've got a question that's kind of wiggly, or something that I need some grounding about, or at least get some insight, this is when I start pulling cards. And sometimes I'll pull as many as 30, because as I've talked over the last couple days, it's because each card takes you deeper into a question. And I'll ask for more clarity, or I'll ask, what this has to do with something, or I'll make a move, or I'll send a text, or I'll think about sending a text, and I'll say, what will the effect of this text be? What will be the effect if I turn right at this crossroads versus left? What is this other person thinking? I even use it to gather information about the world around me, or to understand what's going on in the world around me. Hey Deb, good morning to you too. So whenever I have a question, whether it's about a friend or a family member or anything, I will pull a card and I will say, what are they thinking? And I'll pull a card to get some insight and understanding, to tap into my subconscious and into those parts of me, what I know of them, as well as what I know about human nature. And it will give me, it will give me the self-reflection and the questioning that I need. So when you need to know certain things and you want some insight or understanding, I suggest you pull out something just as simple as animal cards. I've had my deck for a couple decades now, and I love them. So let's say you're thinking about whether a job is right for you. You want to get some insight, some understanding, some wisdom, some, a little bit of help, a little bit of grounding. Nothing exciting, Hey, my sister's here too. Hey, Janae, good to see you. Nothing exciting. You know, I'll take my deck and, oh my God. The card that I picked was the deer, which is totally about the topic today. Oh my God. See, this is the funny thing about intuitive tools. You know what? The world is a very complex and complicated place, and we have no idea all the forces which we are affecting and that are affecting us. My clients, they always tend to pull cards which mysteriously really have something to do with what's going on in their life. And today's topic was how a doe can tell you if a job is right for you. And then I just pulled the deer. How super cool is that? Okay, so typically when I'll use a book, and I've got a book that's called Animal Speak, and you might be familiar with it. And that book is dog-eared and you know, falling apart. Nature Speak works as well. Just Google them. They've been around for a while. You can probably find them used on Amazon. But Animal Speak is one of my favorites. And with Animal Speak, it gives you the whole history of the animal. It gives you all the different variations. They talk about the predators and the prey. They talk about the big picture. And so when we pull a card to get insight, especially an animal card, what I love about these is they don't just give you a yes or no or a right or a wrong. They give you an expansive view of the situation. So I'll tell you, I'm not going to pull out the book because I don't have it. I left it at the office. But let's say I'll tell you what I know about deer. So here's a doe. As you can, actually it's a fawn. As you can see, it's a fawn, and it's probably a girl fawn. Deer are about gentleness. They're about taking you on a journey. They're about following and going on an adventure. They're about that kindness and that compassion. They're about how the fawns have to know how to protect themselves almost immediately from the get-go. So they're wired and they're intuitive for taking good care of themselves. It's about working in harmony in a gentle, kind way with everything around you. That's kind of what deer and a doe is. So if a doe shows up in your life, let's say it crosses in front of your car, or you're driving along and you see it in the woods, it can be applied to whatever you might have been thinking about or anything that might have been on your mind. And if you're job searching, wanting to know if a job is right for you, it can tell you certain things about the job. Like maybe you need to go in a gentler way, or this is a gentler environment for you, or this is something that will take you on an adventure. It will take you on a new journey, but you need to make sure that you keep your heightened awareness, because remember, deer are prey animals, and so there's going to be a lot of maybe politics that come in or things you need to be aware of, and you need to be good at camouflaging yourself. You need to be good at being quiet. You need to be good at resting when you need to rest, bedding down when it's too hot. You need to, you know, when things are too exciting, you need to make sure you do self-care and back down. And those are things that can tell you about the job. And then you can decide, oh yeah, this is the job that I want to do. I'm ready for this. But let's say you picked a different card. Let's say you picked a rabbit, okay? Now, I love rabbits, but rabbits are even bigger prey animals. And when I think of a rabbit, I think about needing to run scared. I think about needing to be very wary and very aware of my surroundings and to keep a lot to myself and keep a strong community around me and keep making community connections, because rabbits have all of those babies. And that this will be a fertile area. But it will be something you'll have to be very aware of and very on your toes, and treating kind of everybody as a predator unless they're family or close friends. You need to be highly aware. And so if your choice was, you know, a job that had a doe or a job that had a rabbit, I would definitely go with the doe, hey Marja, rather than the rabbit. Because the rabbit for me means all right, you need to freeze, you need to look around, and you need to know that you're probably going to be in danger because everybody's looking to eat you. All right? So this is how these things can help you find clarity and guidance. That people sit there and think, oh, I need to get this book. I need to know what the animals mean. Actually, all you need to know is what the animals mean to you. And you need to take a step back and not necessarily look for the quick answer. You need to look at everything you know about this animal, everything that it speaks to you about, because you're the one who pulled the card. So it's the information that you need and the information that you have about the situation. It's not about what anybody else has to say. So if you pulled a snake and you're afraid of snakes, then you have to be aware of that. You have to say, am I willing to walk into this snake situation and be challenged in that way? Is this what I want? And it's okay if you do, because I do that all the time. I'm always going after the things that scare me because I know they'll push me to evolve. But if you're tired and burned out and you just need a break, don't go with the snake. At least I wouldn't go with the snake. But maybe you love snakes. Maybe they speak to you about transformation, and they speak to you about shedding their skin and coming into a new reality and being this, this predator that stalks things. And maybe you're ready for this. Do you see what I mean? Yes, you have to use your own interpretation, because the cards and everything else that's out in the world, hey Kat, is you talking to you. You telling yourself, your subconscious and your body mind giving you guidance. That's your intuition. It's taking it out of the realm of gray and foggy and fears and reactions and bringing it into the light, bringing it into the conscious mind. So you can look at it and say, okay, I need to make a choice. Which direction do I want to go? Because life isn't about making the right decision or the wrong decision. It's about deciding for yourself, gathering enough information and deciding for yourself which direction you want to go. So when you pull the cards, let's say you're wondering if a job is right for you, and you pull a dragonfly. Dragonflies are super magical, and they're also very predatory. And they're colorful, and they lay their eggs near the water, and they live near the water, and water's all about emotions, and water's about birthing, and it's about, getting clean. And then they're also aerial, which is all about these mind things. So if you pulled a dragonfly, this might be a more intellectual kind of job where you cruise around and you look for information and you look for opportunities and you capitalize on it, especially in the realm of emotional growth or things which have been, which are emotionally important to you. See, this is how it works. It's not about what I'm telling you what the card means, or even a book telling you what the card means. It's about you telling you what the card means, because that's where you're going to get the greatest wisdom, the greatest information. And if you don't know, this is what you do. You're like, well, I'm not really sure what dragonfly is supposed to mean. Can you give me a little bit more clarity on the subject? And then you pull another card and you say moose. What do I know about the moose? What I know about the moose is that it's about, actually, it's a very sexual animal, the moose is. It's a very powerful and a very female sort of animal. It's compared to an elk is very masculine, and a moose comes across as very feminine to me. It's slow, it's thoughtful. So, if this is the job, aerial acrobatics about emotional topics, and you need to go a little bit slower and a little bit more purposeful, now you need to decide, this maybe is who I am, and this is what the job, is this going to be a good match? Is this what I want to do? Okay? So, use the cards to meld and blend how you feel and what you think. All right? Take those few extra moments to really expand the view screen and look at it from a lot of different directions, and don't question it. Don't start to say, oh, well, it could mean this, or it could mean that, or what should it mean? That's an easy route to go in, but if you don't know, don't get confused or lost. What does it mean? What does it mean? Instead, pull another card. Ask for more clarity. Ask for information about the subject and go deeper into the question. Ask yourself things like, what am I not understanding? What don't I see? What don't I have the ability to see? What am I going to be walking into? What's the personality of my coworkers? How should I deal with coworkers that are confrontational? All of these different things you can ask the cards, and it will tell you and give you guidance and wisdom and help you take that intuitive self that you have and bring it into the light so you can decide, all right, is this my fear or is this my belief? Is this the direction I want to go or is this something I want to avoid? All right, cool. Hey, Sue, great to see you. So that's it for today. That's it for the week. Like, share, love, comment, because it means, one, so much to me, and two, because it really gets the word out into the world of how we can help each other get, work in a more grounded place. And the more of us we have working together, the better the world really becomes. So cool. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful overcast day in Rita's yard. And I will see you Monday. I'll talk to you later. Bye.